Welcome to the Old Man of the Three with JJ Redick and Tommy Alter, presented by Cash App and brought to you by 342 Productions. This is episode 85. Alex Caruso. Tommy, we had Alex on last year. A lot has changed in his life. We do a major catch-up with him. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the GOAT. It's back.
Fan favorite wherever he goes.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get into why he's a fan favorite. I'd also like to mention that I had my very first day on First Take earlier this morning debating. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently people debate on sports shows. I'm debating Stephen A. Smith.
Stepped into
which
the octagon.
ultimately it's a very short. I mean, I've had two appearances. It's a very short professional broadcasting career on ESPN, and I have to say this morning was a highlight for me. Stephen A. is one of one.
Stephen A. is one of one. We should also shout out your groomer. I know we talked about this last week. You're somehow making it work. I was skeptical when I heard the setup, but it's you're pulling it off.
Well, so ESPN doesn't allow groomers. Again, I said this last week, but ESPN doesn't allow groomers there. So it was an early call time this morning, and we had the groomer here. She got it done. Shout out to Andrea. She was awesome. One of the things I want to ask you about, because again, I did a whole day at ESPN today. We briefly mentioned this guy in the pod. I don't think enough people are talking about him. I want to talk to you about Ja Morant. He had an amazing performance.
Your favorite player.
He is maybe my favorite player. He is maybe my favorite player right now. Another amazing performance last night. He's, as of prior to tonight's game, he's seventh in the league in scoring, ninth in assists. He's playing. He's made a leap from. This is the crazy leap. He's made a leap from borderline all-star to all-NBA player.
Yeah,
that's a big leap in year three. One of the things that's so fascinating to me is the fearlessness, but also the improvement from three-point range. So it's this amazing balance right now as he's starting to figure the NBA game out at an elite level. This amazing balance of his motor and fearlessness and courage and guts and accumulating skills, because he's clearly getting better as a basketball player.
Do you see a comparison to Bulls era Derrick Rose in terms of body control?
That's interesting. The 360 layup the other night was early Derrick Rose-esque. I can see that. Different frames a little bit. Ja to me is A to B maybe a little quicker first step. Derrick was way shiftier though. And I would say this, Derrick in the open court, there was nothing like him. Prime Derrick Rose, there was nothing like him. But Ja is very similar. The shiftiness in the half court, the ability to contort his body and finish at the rim, being undersized as a guard. And he's clearly put a ton of work in on his three-point shooting. We've mentioned Tyler Herro as another guy who's much improved. We've talked about him a ton. We're going to mention later today in this episode with Alex, we talk about Jordan Poole. Somebody we haven't talked about on the show is Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony is balling, and he had a major second half outburst the other night. They beat Utah.
Scoring 20 points a game, 41 from three, 45 from the field.
He's listed at 6'3". Cole Anthony is like 6'1.5", and he's averaging, I think, 7.5 rebounds a game or 6.5 rebounds a game. He's doing a bunch of things for them. Mo Bamba's taken a leap as well this year. He's playing really consistent minutes and good minutes for them. Magic have a bright future, man.
You've said this before about the Magic. The Magic are doing their rebuild right. There's no half measures with it. They're seeing what they have and they're going full young rather than trying to, be in this in-between place, which is where they've been for the last couple of years.
I'm going to ask you this. So generally speaking, there's like a couple different criteria that go into sort of a most improved player. There's the guys that make this huge leap, like CJ McCollum did between year 2 and 3. Then there's the guys that make a leap from role player to star player, like Jimmy Butler. which is similar to, I think, not that Ja was a star, was a role player, but similar to, I think Ja Morant has to be the front runner right now for most improved player. In the
Well,
NBA.
I have the FanDuel. I have the numbers in front of us. I'll read them to you real quick.
Yeah.
Ja's plus 270 right now. Miles Bridges is plus 410. Tyler Herro is plus 1400. DeJounte Murray is plus 1700. Jordan Poole plus 2100. Cole Anthony plus 2500. So, of that list, what stands out to you from that list?
Can win a ton of money betting on Ja Morant because he's clearly the front runner. I kind of like the Cole Anthony bet.
I do too.
Again, it's such a
His
good
numbers are way up.
I know, it's such a good bet. What if Ja ends up averaging 19 and 7 like he did last year?
Well,
seriously, Cole Anthony's made a big leap. I can't believe his odds are that low.
This is my question for you, and this is the argument for Cole Anthony. This is the argument for Miles Bridges, who went from 12 a game last year to 22 a game now, even though his shooting numbers are actually a little bit down. Like Ja Morant is not, it's not a secret that he's playing well. I mean, he got his team to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's made the leap, but I guess it's really more of a question about the award. Does that matter? If you go from being, an all-star to an MVP, are you still most improved? Or is it like you have to be going from basically an unknown quantity into a all-star type player to really qualify for an award like this?
Narrative matters. And I'm here to push the narrative that Ja Morant, if he continues at this level where he is legitimately, I looked this up today, Memphis has had the toughest strength of schedule so far. We're 10 games in, so whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, that could change. It's going to normalize more to the mean. But they're like, in terms of percentage, they're 10 percentage points more difficult than Golden State, who's 9-1. And they beat Golden State. Golden State's only loss. And Memphis is 6-4. If Memphis is in the top 6 in the West and Ja Morant averages 25 and 9 and 5 for the season, in the ballpark of what he's averaging right now, he's unquestionably the most improved player. Unquestionably. That's a leap from borderline all-star to all-NBA. If Cole Anthony continues at this pace and doesn't, again, the thing you worry about with players on teams that are lottery bound, like Orlando will be, thing you worry about is efficiency. But so far, he's been super efficient. So you can make an argument for him there. That's why I think the Cole Anthony thing is it's an easy bet. I mean, it's an easy bet for me. He's wired the right way. He's getting after it every night. Again, if you want to bet on who is going to be the most improved player in the NBA this year, you can go to sportsbook.fanduel.com. You have to be 21 or over. Age and location restrictions apply. You can see the full terms at that website, sportsbook.fanduel.com. Tons of prop bets you can take.
November 9th, 2021, you're rolling with Ja for most improved. Out of this list, I'm going Cole. Because I think Cole, talk about narrative mattering. I think Cole has the most room to grow. I think Cole is going to take a ton of shots. I think he's scoring 20 points a game right now. That could go up. I don't actually think we know what his offensive ceiling is. But we're still in November, so we got a long way to go.
All right, well, I'm going Ja. All right, this is an awesome conversation with our buddy Alex Caruso. Let's get to it.